Relationships that build wealth, create opportunities, the right solutions. That's what we do at J&N Fund Managers.
We're in pursuit of your financial security.
Portfolio and investment management services for individuals and corporate clients, from wealth building and risk management to preparing for a comfortable retirement. Strong, stable, secure.
We're in pursuit of your success.
Let's talk. J&N Fund Managers, your safer, smarter financial partner.
All right, you tuned to Love 101, the family station. And good morning, ladies. We've got Peter Gay and Haley, Peter Gay Miller and Haley Crosdale with us, who are here and ready for the weekly dose of financial wisdom. Your goals realized. And if you've been following the series, you'll remember that Peter Gay and Haley are part of the financial advisory team at J&N Fund Managers Limited. So welcome, Haley, and welcome, Peter Gay.
Good morning, Nadine, and thank you. You do the best introductions. Yes, we're here and ready for 2016 and the achievements we will make. We're also very thankful that we're here and assured that the new year will bring us closer to realizing our financial goals. We came across some very interesting information on the internet and thought that we'd discuss the question on today's program. A US-based media house shared the results of a survey. The question was, what are some of the 3 top financial decisions that you'll make this year? No, it wasn't all about New Year resolutions, which are often a 3-day wonder, like myself and the dad. But it was about seriously implementing decisions which would change the outcome of their financial future. Serious business. Well, the results they shared show that over 70% of persons polled felt that 2016 would be a better year financially for them. And here were the top 3 activities that they would make their priorities. They would be saving more, they would be spending less, and they would be paying off debt. Now, yes, all pretty general, but perhaps there are no surprises here. However, what action would we take if those were our priorities? Well, Peter Gay will share some specific action to be taken in order to have positive outcomes.
All right. And that approach reminds me of something that Haley spoke about last year. SMART. Be specific, be measurable, be achievable, be relevant, be time-bound. That's right?
That's right, Nadine. Smart it is. And smart you are. Thanks for remembering. And that's a really good way to approach all our financial decisions. Now it's over to you, Peter Gay.
Good morning again, Nadine, and good morning, listeners. Now, we want to pay attention because being intentional and remaining engaged in what you do this year will go a far way towards achieving your financial goals. Now, how can you save more? How can you spend less? Which debt should you try to reduce? Hold tight and make notes because I have that information for you, and next week we'll follow up. So, one of the things we want to look back at are our past decisions. Now, once a decision is made, you can maybe look back and see whether or not it was a good one for you or your family. If it was, why? If it wasn't, why not? Because sometimes we do make good decisions and we give ourselves a pat on the back. But then there are sometimes that they're not so good. So what we want to do, it's very important to learn from the decisions that weren't so good. Learn from your mistakes and use them as stepping stone, not stumbling blocks. But in the end, each of us, we need to strive to make the best decisions we can. So learn from your mistakes and go on to the next best thing. Secondly, how do you handle risk? We've spoken about risk many times here on the program. Now, one of the major impacts on our life is how we deal with risk. When taking risks, there are a few things that we all need to take into consideration in order to manage our risk. Make sure that your risks are age appropriate. If you're young, you can dust yourself off and you can start again. But for persons over a particular age, the ability to absorb the losses, it diminishes as you get closer to retirement age. or as your responsibilities grow or become fixed. So if you have your children's education or you have your mortgage payments, certain things you can't stand to lose. You need to research the risk. In order to make informed decisions and strategic decisions, when managing our risks, we have to do research. Number 3, our lifestyle. Now, you don't have to live like you're taking the vow of poverty to save some money. You don't want to be a miser, right? But we want to be smart. Now, consumerism conditions us to buy what we don't need. So they make it pretty and fancy, and when we see it, we want it. And sometimes we go and get it, right? Now, shopping is no longer a chore for some, but it's actually a hobby. We all want our own home. But of course, in this economy, we have to be, again, smart. It's wiser to initially purchase maybe a smaller home and use that as your stepping stone. And this will attract a lower mortgage payment, and you'll be able to live more comfortably with your bills and save. When you get the very large house in the very get-go and you're not able to afford it, then you may have some sleepless nights, and we don't want that to happen, right? Prudent savings. This will yield results such as reduction in the amount that you eventually have to borrow, whilst the home you have purchased will more than likely appreciate in value. Right? One day you buy the house, the very next few hours the house starts to appreciate. So that's something that advances your value. We want to enlist a shopping buddy. We spoke about this earlier last year. Now, if you have a friend who is also trying to save money, go shopping together. Encourage each other. You both will want to have someone or each other to provide a second opinion on the potential purchase. You want to stop each other. You want to see the shoes and say, Peter Gay?
Really now?
Exactly. Remember so and so and so.
Yes.
And we're aiming towards so and so and so. So
Right.
stop. And I'll say, Haley, Nadine, no.
It's okay. We'll just tell her about no to when she sees something she like.
So some of these these are some of the questions that
Yeah.
we can ask each other, shopping buddies. Does this item fill a need or a want? Can you wait to make the purchase? Can you find a cheaper version of the same item? When and where will you use this item? Will you use it only once or more than once? Sometimes we see the shoes and we only wear it once.
One time, it's true. Then it's
Is it
dry rot.
something you could borrow instead of buy? Now, this only works, again, if your shopping buddy also wants to save, and someone who will tell you to buy everything won't help. Be smart. You need to manage your debt properly. The most common debt is credit card debt, right? High rates. It allows you to borrow what you don't have. And if you don't use it wisely, again, you'll have some sleepless nights, right? So we want to be smart about that. We need to save a lot and borrow a little and spend the least amount that we can. Again, we want to be smart. Right? So avoid spending sprees or emotional spending when you're upset and you're depressed and you want to feel better.
But you go buy ice cream.
All right.
Then we put on the weight.
Put on the weight.
So you need to make sure that you have adequate auto and home insurance. This is also important, listeners. It is very important. Now, we want to create and maintain an emergency fund. We've stressed this many times and we want to stress it again.
Right.
Create and maintain your emergency fund by putting away, if it's possible. As a matter of fact, we say start now. So if you can't manage up to 6 months, start now so that you can eventually can accumulate 6 months of your income that
And
you
put
earn.
that aside and
Put
don't have it.
that
Just act
aside.
like you don't have it.
Put it aside, and when you have the emergencies that pop up, whether it's car, something to do with your car, your health, you maybe lose your job, anything that that
can
happens,
lean on that.
you can lean on it for a particular period of time. Now, as we said, this week we're only giving you a tip of the iceberg. So next week, Haley is going to come back and give us some more tips
Indeed. All right. So I can see now even more why last week and the week before's inventory taking was so important. And to do all of that, Peter Gay has just gone through what we need to have completed that exercise.
That's right, Nadine. And in the coming months, we'll also be looking at market changes, which we need to understand in some detail so that we can make some sound financial decisions. The market is dynamic, and this year we'll be seeing that investing funds and forgetting them is not the way to go. There are new opportunities to continue to become available, that will become available. Old options will take on new features, and now more than ever, we recommend that you speak to financial professionals as you make your decisions as to how to invest your funds. Financial planning is the key, and remember, our team at JN Fund Managers is there to help you. So listeners, make contact. Please reach out to us and we're happy to help. Our email address again is jnfundmanagers@jnbs.com, and our text number is 504-1719. That's 504-1719. Now remember that we will be uploading this information on our Facebook page and YouTube later on today. Peter Gay has made several key points, and if you missed any of these points, please visit our page. So, good health, happiness, and prosperity. Yay. Thanks for having us, Nadine.
No problem. Thank you so much, ladies. And listeners, we thank you so much for listening to Your Goals Realized, brought to you by JN Fund Managers Limited. Catch us again next week, God willing, for another program in the series.
Relationships that build wealth, create opportunities, the right solutions. That's what we do at JN Fund Managers.
We're in pursuit of your financial security.
Portfolio and investment management services for individuals and corporate clients, from wealth building and risk management to preparing for a comfortable retirement. Strong, stable, secure.
We're in pursuit of your success.
Let's talk. JN Fund Managers, your safer, smarter financial partner.